Hi guys, welcome back to the Shannon Show podcast. Hello if you're new. So today's episode is going to be a review of Love Island 2020 episode 30. We're back to our usual spot late at night. Yes, I uploaded in the morning today. I went to a press screening yesterday and I made the mistake of drinking a big old glass of wine. And by the time I got home, recorded everything and edited, I was knocked the hell out. Like I was trying to edit half asleep, literally 3 hours. I'd only edited 2 minutes of the video, so that's why it was uploaded in the morning. But we're back on track. But obviously, what we all came here for, the discussion for tonight's episode. Obviously, we know it was going to be a recoupling and a dumping, and it was all about who was going to go. Was it going to be Natalia? Was it going to be Demi? Was it going to be Shauna? I personally, going into this, did not think it was going to be Shauna. I thought it was either going to be Natalia or Demi. I just kind of thought like there's the Shauna addendum going on. The producers are not going to let Shauna go. But obviously, as we see, the recoupling. Jamie is up first. And he throws a spanner in the work and he chooses Natalia. Now, I would have thought he would have chosen Demi purely for his game plan. But I think in his head, maybe he was thinking about things and thinking, if I pick Demi, I'm going to look like such a game player, because for the simple fact that Demi wasn't checking for me, Shauna wasn't checking for me, so Natalia's been the only person paying me attention. The way I won't look like a game player is just picking Natalia. I just got to firm this. And maybe he does actually have interest in Natalia. But that was quite interesting that he chose Natalia. Natalia was definitely shook that Jamie saved her. I think she was kind of just expecting the worst. Like, if she got picked, great. If she didn't get picked, then, you know, it is what it is. But yes, Natalia lives to fight another day. At this point, I'm just thinking, are the producers really going to send Shauna home? Wow. But either way, it's one of the bigger girls, you know? Either going to be Shauna, the top gun, or Demi, the little gun. But in my heart, I kind of knew Shauna was going. I didn't think that Luke M was going to pick Shauna. Obviously, next was Callum, who chooses Molly, predictable. Mike, who chooses Priscilla, predictable. Finn chooses Paige. Paige gets a little emotional in their speech. Like, she starts fully crying. And I'm so confused because them two were going at it yesterday. But yeah, I don't know. Obviously, you know, emotions, I guess, are running high. But I was a bit confused at the fact that Paige was crying. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, then there was Ched. Obviously, Ched chooses Jess, predictable. But yes, come through, Ched, with the full sentences. Obviously, when he first came in here, you know, the sentences were a bit of a struggle for Ched, but the sentences came up to shine today in his speech. And then obviously, Luke T chooses Shanice. And then it's Luke M next. They've given him the deciding vote. So not only is he having to choose between Shauna and Demi, but he's going to be sending someone home. Obviously, they're kind of teasing us, but I feel like it was kind of an anticlimax because, as I suspected, Luke M is not a game player. I wouldn't really consider him a game player. I feel like he is probably one of the most honest and the most genuine in the house. So I knew he was going to pick Demi, and I knew Shauna was going to go home. And I think Shauna even knew she was going to go home. Obviously, later on, he says, you know, he went with his gut and he couldn't see him and Shauna together. So that kind of lets me know that he was definitely suspicious of Shauna's intentions. But yeah, I feel like we all can agree that was the right decision there. So obviously, Paige gets emotional. Obviously, her and Shauna were quite close. Shauna says, you know, she's ready to go. I thought that statement was quite interesting since she was basically just throwing herself on Luke M to try and stay in the game and secure that 50k. Now suddenly she's ready to go. I just thought that was quite interesting. Demi is saying that it's bittersweet, but I feel like we all know Demi was happy to see the back of Shauna. She is sleeping like a baby. She slept like a baby that night knowing that Shauna is not there to give her stress. That girl did not even look a little bit upset that Shauna was left. But yeah, everyone has nice words to say about Shauna. Even Mike, I think it was definitely her time to go. I don't even have really strong emotions about it, but I think it was her time to go. Shauna. It's been a ride with that one. Love her or hate her, she has provided some moments for this season. And it's been a roller coaster with me and her, because at first I loved her, then I didn't like her, then it was just a bit meh, then I just started not to like her again. It's been a roller coaster with her. I feel like I can understand why lots of people like her, but I feel like she was overall a toxic, and I feel like people are skirting around her behaviour, particularly with Callum, because it was very controlling, at times borderline abusive. But coming out of the show, I reckon she's going to have a lot of success, maybe even going to be the most successful from this season. But I feel like she stands to make way more than 25k. This won't be the last that we're seeing of Shauna. But yeah, how do you guys feel about Shauna leaving? Are you happy? Are you sad? Let me know what you think. After she leaves, we have a little Valentine's Day couples montage. And then the next day, Demi and Luke get sent out for a date. The date goes well, it's a cute date. And then also we do see another snippet of this breakfast club, this false breakfast club. It's like a remix of like the Do Bit Society or whatever. I guess it's just a staple thing every year, but it's very clear that the producers just said, boys, go inside the garden and talk about what you did in the bedroom, and this time include Ched. And then on top of that, Luke T is cheeky. Like, you literally just got told off by Shanice and there you are, looking for the gossip. I guess maybe he was, wanted to be, the listener instead of the teller this time. But still, it's very cheeky from Luke T to be participating in this. So in the episode, there was also a challenge today, and this challenge was actually quite funny. Obviously, it was kind of like an assault course, and they had to like not drop the wine. And it was pretty funny. I actually really enjoyed it. I think that would be a fun challenge to do in real life. Because I think like the funniest moments was when Shanice and Luke T were like saying how they were going to smash it, and they literally got wiped out at the first step. When Jess basically banged her head on the ropes, and then Finley when he just kept slipping on the sludge. I prefer more challenges like this instead of the whole, putting liquid in each other's mouths and putting food in each other's mouths. I feel like they need more kind of actiony, acrobatic assault coursey challenges for next season. So then in the last part of the episode, Luke T asks Shanice to be his girlfriend. And it's very cute, very thoughtful. It's Disney themed. There's a lot of thought put into it. I definitely think he might have had a hand from the producers. But I have to commend Luke T on his creativity. And I think this is probably the most creative girlfriend/boyfriend proposals I've seen on Love Island. And then it ends there. Honestly, it's been a pretty boring episode, to be honest. It was a very lackluster episode. But I guess now we pretty much have the final couples going into the final week. Doubt anyone is going to break up in the final week. I'd be very surprised. But in terms of who I think will win now, because I feel like these are going to be the final couples, I think it's between the Lukes. I think it's going to be a battle between the Lukes. I'm leaning more towards Shanice and Luke T, but I think Luke M and Demi could potentially have a shoe-in. But what do you guys think? Let me know who your winner is for this season. Who could you see yourself voting for? In terms of couples, of course. Right now, I think I would throw my support behind Luke T and Shanice. I think my favourite couples in the house, in terms of genuine connections, are Shanice, Luke T and Molly and Callum. But I don't think Molly and Callum will have that support. So I'd rather just throw my support to a couple that I know can win, and I feel like that will be Shanice and Luke T. On Twitter, people are here for the Luke bromance. People are saying that Shauna sent in her spirit to make Callum choke on his mouthwash. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that she sent her spirit in. People are saying that they'd be happy with either Shanice, Luke T, Paige and Finn, or Luke M and Demi winning. I personally wouldn't mind. Honestly, I just feel like I'm not really that invested in the couples this season. So with the couples that stand now, as long as it's not Jamie and Natalia, I feel like I wouldn't be mad at who won. People are rooting for Shanice and Luke T to win. People are pointing out that Luke T is still participating in the Breakfast Club. People are wondering where the boys got the material to make the crown. I definitely think the producers had a hand in this because I'm sorry, did you see that stencil of that crown? I don't believe any of the boys have good enough drawing skills to create that crown. I definitely feel like the producers gave them a stencil of a crown to cut out. People are speculating that Shanice might find out that Luke T is back on his bullshit. I guess he technically hasn't done anything wrong yet, but, you know, he's still participating in the Breakfast Club, but he hasn't actually said anything other than what he had already said and got told off for. People are annoyed by Demi's kind of screaming and, you know, obnoxious loudness. People are coming for Natalia again, saying that she'd couple up with anything. Honestly, I feel like Natalia's been behaving. What's the girl meant to do? Like, if she wants to just let the girl enjoy her holiday. People are standing Luke T's proposal. People are pointing out that Jamie, Natalia, and Callum and Molly weren't involved in the proposal. So yeah, that's pretty much the roundup of the tweets on Twitter. For those of you wondering, my handle is shannonbafundilaenquiries. The link is in the bio. Let me know what you thought of this episode and let me know what you thought of this podcast. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you have, don't forget to press that notification bell so you'll know when the next podcast is dropping. Till next time, guys. Bye.